Hello and welcome everybody to today's 45-minute core class. Today we're going to be focusing on some really cool transitions where you should be using your core through side planks and plank variations. So you're going to be on your wrists quite a bit. I would advise you to take as many breaks as possible, and you can always transition onto your elbows. Well, in some of the postures you can, if you feel like you'd prefer to take some time off of the wrists. Build your wrist strength up over time. It took me a really long time to get to where I am with my wrist endurance. So listen to them. They'll get there. They will get there. Okay, let's get straight into class. See you on the mat in a second. No props needed. Cool. Okay, so guys, we're going to start lying on our back just to warm up the core. I'll see you on the mat straight away. Lying on your back. It is recording, yes. And let me just make sure that I'm going to mute you guys. Cool. Awesome. Okay, so on our back, straight into it. So we're just going to warm up the old abs. You're going to come onto your back straight away. Feet parallel, hip width distance on the ground. And just take a second for me here to place your hands on the front of your pelvis, so the heels of your hands on those little bony bits at the front of your hips. Those are called your ASIS. And all I want you to do from here is start to breathe. You're going to inhale and arch gently into your lower back, so you should feel your ASIS kind of move forwards. And you're going to exhale, round your lower back into the floor, and you can feel the pelvis move back. The ASIS move backwards. It's an inhale to arch gently into the lower back. Feel the lower back lift away from the floor. And an exhale to round. We're going to go for 4 more rounds of breath like this. And as you breathe, I'd love for you to try and relax into your shoulders, relax into your facial muscles. Inhaling, filling the lungs 3-dimensionally into the ground, left and right and up to the sky. And as you exhale, feeling the rib cage draw down into the floor, feeling your collarbones melt away from one another. Last 2 rounds, inhaling to arch into the lower back and exhaling to round. Last time, inhaling to arch into the lower back, exhaling to round. And then we're going to find a happy medium between those 2 extremes. So our neutral spine. So as you find your neutral, you should be pretty happily perched on your tailbone. You should be really aware of the tailbone pressing into the floor. Perfect, guys. Well done. So from here, we're going to take our left leg into tabletop position. Just the left leg for now. As you do this, just watch that you don't tense up into the front of your shoulders. So keep the collarbones broad, keep the rib cage down, keep the back of your neck nice and long. And then we're going to lift the right leg up off of the floor into tabletop as well. We're going to take 4 full rounds of inhale and exhale here. Practice breathing, maintaining your neutral. Bit of a strange thing to practice, but every time you exhale, I want you to feel the ribs draw down through the front of your body. As you inhale, fill the back of your lungs into the floor, fill the sides of your lungs, so you can feel the left and right expansion of the rib cage on the inhale, and exhale. Rib cage knits together. 2 more breaths. Last breath here. We add in a little bit of movement. Try and keep the pace of your breathing the same though. So it's going to be an inhale to prepare. And exhale, you're going to let one foot tap the ground like a feather's tap, and then bring it back up on your inhale again. It's an exhale to move the opposite leg down, tap the floor. Inhale to lift. It's an exhale to lower. It's an inhale to lift. Keep on moving here, guys. It's looking really nice. And what I want you to just kind of honor in your body right now is how your lower back is feeling. So if you feel like you're really gripping and holding onto your lower back here, then it might serve you to go for a teeny tiny imprint, a teeny tiny rounding of the lower back into the floor. So if that makes your life a little bit nicer, makes you feel a bit stronger, then go for it. Otherwise, we're holding our neutral. 4 more here. Feel that marriage between the abdominals and the lower back muscles as they work to stabilize you. 2. And last one. Well done. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Feel your lower back fully round into the floor, and just take a little rocklet from side to side. Great job. Really, really nice. 2 more little rocks from side to side here. And then place your feet back onto the floor. Last little bit of warming up here. We're going to take our hands behind our head, strongly interlocking the fingers at the base of the skull. Elbows into your peripheral vision so you can see your elbows through the corners of your eyes. Well done. Inhale here at the bottom. Exhale, we're going to bring our rib cage forward in relation to the pelvis, so crunch position. You're going to hold it here for an inhale. And as you exhale, I want you to see if you can get a little bit higher up off the ground. So the rib cage is literally putting through you. Nice, good. Try to get the shoulder blades off of the mat completely, and then slowly, slowly, slowly down. Well done. Inhaling to prepare at the bottom. Exhaling to come up into flexion. We pause again here for an inhale. Use this time to relax your head into your hands and focus on your abs. Use your abs to bring yourself up a little bit higher into your flexion. Try to get the tips of the shoulder blades off of the ground, and then slowly come down. 4 more here. Inhale like this. Exhale, come forward into flexion. Inhale, relax your head into your hands. Exhale, come forward a little bit higher, using those abs. Nice. Big toes stay on the ground. And then slowly lower down. 3 to go. Inhale. Exhale, flexion. Inhale, soften the head. Exhale, engage the abdominals. Inhale, slowly down. Last 2. Inhale. Exhale, flexion. Inhale, soften. Exhale, come a little bit higher up. Good. And slowly take it down. On this last one, we're going to just hang out at the top for a bit. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, flexion. Inhale, soften. Exhale, come a little bit higher. Try and hold. Here, think belly to spine. Reach the arms long alongside your body. Reach the fingertips forward. Squeeze imaginary newspapers underneath each armpit. And we're going to pulse our torso forward. So rib cage pulses forward and back for 10, 9, 8. Beautiful. 7. Keep reaching the fingertips towards the ankles. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lay yourself all the way down. Interlock your thumbs and stretch your arms up overhead. So reaching the arms long back behind you. We're coming into a brief little bit of bridging. So your feet are parallel, all 10 toes on the ground. Inhale at the bottom. As you exhale, it's a simultaneous lift of your bum off the ground. As your bum comes off, think about your rib cage drawing down towards the floor. So I'm not going to let my rib cage open up here and flare. Inhale at the top and stretch your fingertips up overhead. Reach them in line with the crown of your head. And as you exhale, you're going to peel one vertebra at a time back down onto the mat. Slowly does it. You might even get a few little clicks if you're lucky. Inhale at the bottom. If you want to arch into your lower back, that can be quite nice. Exhale, tuck, pubic bone to navel, rib cage draws down, press down into the tripods of your feet, knees stay parallel, stretch those fingertips up overhead, and on your exhale, you slowly peel your spine down. Taking time for every portion of your spine. 2 more like this. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, tuck. Pick the pelvis up. Beautiful. Big toes stay on the mat. Keep the knees parallel. Stretch those fingertips up overhead. Good. And exhale slowly. Upper back, mid back, lower back, tailbone. Last time. Inhale. Exhale, tuck. Pick the pelvis up, lift, reach the fingertips up overhead, inhale again to prepare, and exhale, slowly take your spine down, 1 vertebra at a time. Well done, good job. Bring the knees in towards your chest, hug them in nice and close. And you're going to use this little ball-like shape to roll up into seated. Well done. Great. Okay, cool. So we're coming onto all fours straight away, straight from there. And then here we are for the first time on our wrists. So let's just take a bit of attention to our fingertips. Fingertips, you almost want to think kind of like you're about to grab a whole bunch of earth, of sand. So press your fingertips into the floor, almost like you're clawing your mat. Very nice. And you're going to do a little shift of the shoulders forward and backwards. So just allowing the wrists to warm up. Little teeny tiny shift forward and backwards. Good. As you do this, can you make sure that you can feel your pinky toes on the mat as well as your big toes? So even here on all fours, we want to feel all 10 toes. 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to take the shoulders directly above the wrists here, knees directly underneath the hips. Stretch your left leg long back behind you with the toes tucked under. Good, all 5 toes. Reach your right arm long out in front. Cool. Hang out here for a moment. I know this is a strange place to think about your abs, but I want you to connect to your abdominals here. So we're going to pull the rib cage through the front of our body. Think about drawing your belly up towards the sky, and then you're going to lift your left foot totally off of the floor. Stretch your right arm and your left leg in opposition. So as if someone was pulling your right arm forward and your left leg back. Keep your spine long and neutral here as you bring your hand in towards your knee. So we're not going to let the spine round. Hand to knee, knee to hand, and then reach them away. Good. And then bring them together. Reach them away. Good. Keep going. So as you bring the hand in towards the knee, try and get an exhale, belly to spine. Inhale, reach long. Perfect. Exhale, hand to knee, belly to spine. Good. 2. Good. Exhale, feel your core here, especially when the hand and knee connect. Last time. And reach. And then we're going to take right hand down, left knee down, swap straight on over to the other side. Okay, so we stretch right leg long. Press that floor away. Good. Left arm reaches long. Well done. Okay, here, take an inhale for me. As you exhale, imagine your belly lifting to the sky, ribs draw through the front of your body. Then lift the heel of the toes of the right foot off the floor. Inhale again to prepare, and exhale, hand to knee, knee to hand. Keep the spine long. Imagine the spine getting even longer as the hand and knee collide, and then reach. Good. Very nice. So as the hand and the knee draw closer and closer, closer towards one another, you want to try and visualize the lower abdominals really working. So as the hand and knee come closer to one another, lower abdominals should be firing up a little bit more. Last 3. Spine stays really long. Don't let the lower back dip on you. 2. Yes. Last 1. And reach. And then place the hand down, place the knee down. Good. Well done. Just come off of your wrists for a second. Circle them out. Well done. Okay, so to give the wrists a little bit of a break, we're going to come onto the forearms really briefly. All right, so I realized last week I said this is easier than this. That's not true. This is harder than this. Okay, so excuse me for that. We're bringing our forearms parallel. This is a harder variation than interlocking the fingers. So forearms parallel, and the elbows now are underneath our shoulders. We're going to push the floor away, and imagine you were squeezing a yoga block between your 2 forearms, between your 2 elbows. So they're wrapping inwards towards one another. Push the floor away. Good. Now, as you kind of do this, connect your fingers down into the mat. Press your fingers into the floor as well. Even here, you should start to feel something switching on in your body. Tuck your toes under if you can. Press down into your forearms, and we're going to lift the knees a couple of inches off the floor. Okay. Try and keep your shins parallel with your mat. Now imagine you were trying to pull the top of your mat towards your feet. So imagine you could drag your elbows back towards your toes. Try and do that here, almost like a squeegeeing action. Holding for 10, 9, 8, 7. I am shaking. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees come down. Untuck the toes, take a shell. So shell stretch, same as child's pose in yoga. Take at least 3 really big deep breaths here and just fill your body with breath. Filling the lower back, filling the back of the lungs, filling your tummy. Well done, last breath there. And then we come back onto our forearms. Same thing. So bring those forearms down to the mat. Press the ground away. Press down through all 10 fingers. Tuck the toes. Little rounding into the lower back here. We definitely don't want to arch. And we're going to lift the knees up. All right, now imagine from the skies somebody just put a glass of champagne on your tailbone. And you don't want to let that champagne spill. But you're going to see if you can stretch your left foot back and then your right foot back. So you're in a forearm plank. Left foot in, right foot in. And then you're going to swap. Right foot back, left foot back, right foot in, left foot in. One more each side. Left foot back, right foot back, left foot in, right foot in. Last time. Right foot back, left foot back, right foot in, left foot in, knees down, shell stretch again. Well done. Okay, for this shell, take your hands back towards your heels, grabbing onto your heels, and just let your arms relax for a moment. Last 2 breaths here. Amazing, guys. All right, so Hopefully we're quite warm. So we're going to bring ourselves back onto our wrists again. And we're actually going to come up into a downward facing dog position. Okay, so we're going to tuck our toes under and lift our bum up and back into your down dog. So take a couple moments here just to enjoy it. Such a nice position. You're either pedaling out through the heels maybe. Just get that length that feels good for you. You by all means do not have to get your heels to touch the ground in a down dog. Try and avoid dumping all of your weight into the pinky edges of your hands, so you can still feel the mounds of your index finger on the left and the right pressing down into the floor. And just avoid the temptation to let the shoulders really scrunch in towards one another. Shoulder blades should be kind of far away from the spine if possible. Last pedal here. Okay, and then I want you guys to bend deeply into your knees. Bend deeply into your knees and straighten them. So just sticking with the down dog, bending into your knees and straightening. 2 more. Bend into your knees and straighten. Last time, bend into your knees and straighten. Now bend into your knees and hold, as if you wanted to get your chest and your thighs to touch. Yes, very nice. Lift your tailbone up towards the sky. Press the floor away through the heels of your hands. And then look forward between your 2 hands. You're going to use the straightening of your legs to step your right foot between your 2 hands, like you've loaded a spring. Yes, very nice. Okay, so that right foot is now out in front. Perfect. From here, keep your right knee on top of that right ankle. Lift your torso up, hang out and hold yourself in a lunge just for a sec. Beautiful, beautiful. Now we're going to lengthen the tailbone down. Reach both arms up towards the sky. Good. And then you're going to take your left arm, reach it up, 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 even higher. Right arm is going to reach down. Yep, so I want to get maximum length through the left side of my body. Breathe into the left side of your abdominals. So here we're trying to stretch out our abs. Get a little deeper into that front knee if you could. Nice. 1 more breath. And then we're going to windmill our hands down to the mat, framing that front foot. Good. And then we take that right foot straight away back into downward facing dog. Okay. Straight away. Back into down dog. We're going to bend our knees again, trying to get our chest towards our thighs, and then straighten our legs. And again, bend into the knees and straighten. 3 more. As you bend into your knees, visualize how a bent knee shape might help you step the foot forward eventually. Yeah? 2. Last time, bend into the knees, really bend and hold. Look forward. Visualize using the straightening of that right leg to step the left foot forward. Here we go. And bam. Well done. Very nice. Get your feet feeling good for you. Lift up into your lunge. Nice. Great job. Take a second here. So we want to make sure we're not arching into the lower back. Close the ribcage down in relation to the pelvis. Reach both arms up. Nice. Okay, so this time it's the right arm that's going to reach up even higher, left arm that's going to be reaching down. Perfect. Press back through your right leg a little bit more, bend a little deeper into the left knee if you could. Nice. Reach the right arm up even higher, pull the right hip down, breathe into that right side. Feel the connection of your toes to the floor. Pinky toe of right foot. Last breath here. And we're going to windmill our hands down to the mat, framing the front foot. And again, we're going to step that left foot straight back into down dog. Well done. Okay, so from your down dog position, You're going to take your right knee to the mat, literally as if it was going to go right underneath your belly button. Indeed. Perfect. Once you're there, you're going to kind of pivot everything over to the right hand side. So my right foot pivots to the right, my left heel pivots to the right, and I can end up here. Exactly. Yes. Perfect. Exactly. Well done. You're great. Just listen to the sounds of my voice. All right, now from here, you're going to wrap your right shoulder blade underneath you. So think about your right shoulder blade squeezing down. Connect through the right heel of your hand and connect through the left foot. So the points of contact that you have with the floor. Press them into the ground a little bit more. Close your ribs. Close those ribs. Yes. And then we're going to inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to try and lift the right knee up off of the ground and take it back down. Yes. So as you lift your right knee, see if you can swing it forward and then slowly take it down. So like that and then down. Yes, good. And down. Can we go for 4? Connect everything into the floor first, squeezing the right shoulder blade down, and then lift and down. Last 3. Yes, and down. Think about using your abs here. 2. Good. Last time, and lift and down. Well done. Take your left hand to the ground. So you're going to straighten everything out. Right knee stays on the ground, and we're just going to open the right arm up towards the sky. Rotation. Nice. Press back through that left heel. And take your right hand back down to the ground. Good job. We're going to bring everything back up into downward facing dog really briefly. Up into down dog. Pedaling out through the heels. And then place your left knee on the ground. Either someone's making toast or I can smell something burning. Not something you want to smell. All right, so once everything's on the ground, you're going to pivot it over to the left. Okay, so my left ankle pivots to the left, right heel pivots to the left, and my right arm's going to reach up towards the sky. From here, I'm going to scoop my left shoulder blade under. Okay, so scoop my left shoulder blade under, but I want to make sure that my rib cage isn't flaring and back is arching. So I'm going to close my rib cage down, lengthen through my tailbone. I'm going to connect through the foot that's on the floor and the hand that's on the ground, try and lift my knee up, and then slowly take it down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, down. 4 more. Exhale, lift. Inhale, down. 3 more. Exhale, lift. Inhale, down. Just watch that you don't open up too much. No, don't back bend. Exhale, lift. Inhale, down. Last time. Exhale, lift. Inhale, down. Take your right hand down. Square off with your mat. And then let the left arm open up into rotation. Beautiful. Yes, very nice. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Come off of the wrists really briefly and up into a high kneeling position. Someone was just making toast. The smell is gone. The fear. Oh my God. All right, so we're going to tuck, really tuck, okay? All 10 toes, feel them on the mat. You could go with the toes tucked with this exercise as well, but I'm going to go untucked. Pelvis really tucked though. Reach the arms forward. Inhale, lengthen, close the ribs down, and we're going to hinge back. Hinge, hinge, hinge. Squeeze your bum, squeeze your glutes. Bring it forward. Good. 9 to go. Hinge, hinge, hinge. Bring it forward. 8 to go. Hinge, hinge, hinge. Bring it forward. Last 7. Hinge, hinge, hinge. Yes, perfect. Bring it forward. Keep it going. So you guys are really rocking this, but just for those who might watch this later on, just really be careful that as you come back, you're not back bending into this. So your spine is staying really like a washboard. Last, how many are we in? 3 to go? Somewhere around there. Last 2. Last time. And bring it forward. Very nice. Shake it out. Great job. Okay, so back onto the wrists we go. We're going to flow from a plank to a side plank, and then I'm going to offer you the option to move basically from a side plank into a lunge. Very yogic. We're going to tuck our toes under. Let's come into a brief downward facing dog first. The downward facing dog position. Get your hands feeling good on the mat. Get your feet feeling good on the mat. Now, just mentally connect to where your tummy muscles are. Okay, thinking about core here. Keeping the core awake. Inhale, bring your feet to stillness. Exhale, roll forward into a plank position. First normal plank actually, I think that we've actually done today. Inhale again, and exhale, pull back to downward facing dog. 2 more of these. Inhale. Exhale, roll forward into your plank like a wave. Inhale, wave back to down dog. Last time, beautiful. Wave it forward. Nice. And wave it back. We're going to take it into plank and we're going to hold. Wave it forward, plankaroonie, hold. All right, now from here, let both of your heels pivot over to the left. Left hand stays down, right arm is going to reach up towards the sky. Now, if this is really just too much for you, you can always place that bottom knee down. Otherwise, you're going to stay here. See if you could stack your right foot on top of your left, hanging out here to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back into plank. We're going to move to the other side. So heels pivot over to the right, left arm lifts up. Where's your core here? Make sure the ribs are closed. Try and stack. Left foot on top of right. Squeeze that right shoulder blade down. 5, 4, well done. Yes, nice length through the tailbone there. 3, 2, 1. Back to plank if you can. Just hold your plank for a beat. Good job. And then I'd love to see if you could come down onto your forearms. So straight away onto the forearms. Nice. Get the length through the tailbone again. Good. So your left elbow, your left forearm, is going to pivot inwards. You're going to pivot your heels to the left and come up into your side plank, this time on your forearms, on your forearm, should I say. See if you can stack that right foot on top of the left here. You're going to really need to fire up your lats here. So that visual of squeezing a newspaper underneath your armpit on the left side is really important. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Forearm plank if you can. Pivot straight away into it. Length through the tailbone. So no archy lower backs, please. Yes. And then slowly we pivot to the other side. Same thing. So your right forearm is going to pivot. Open up the left. Good. Squeeze your imaginary newspaper underneath your right armpit. See if you can stack the ankles. Now here, for the first time, I want you to try and connect to your right glute. Squeeze it. Yes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to forearm plank. Very nice. Let's just hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees down. Take a brief shell. Okay, so while you're in shell, And by the way, time is literally flying today. So we're going to move to the final variation where we're going to bring ourselves up into a lunge, hopefully. The final variation is going to be side plank. We're going to lift the top leg up and see if we can swing that top leg forward and bring ourselves up into a lunge position. Okay? Ready when you are. I hope the wrists are doing all right. Back onto them we go. All right, so let's go straight up into downward facing dog. Again, get it feeling good. Get your shoulders feeling nicely spaced, hands feeling nicely spaced. And the same with the feet. Inhale from here. Exhale, we bring it forward into plank, and we're going to hold. From our plank, straight away, pivot your heels to your left. You're on your left shoulder, your left wrist. Right arm is going to reach up. See if you can stack your right foot on top of the left. Connect to left glute, the bottom glute. Okay, really use it. Then see if maybe you can lift your right foot up. Bend into your right knee. Look at the top right-hand corner of your mat. That's where you kind of want this foot to go. You're going to pivot and plant. Yes! Although I feel like you're an anomaly. So well done. Guys, if you didn't get that, it's a work in progress. So keep trying, right? But if you did get it, very well done to you. Place your right foot down. And we're going to lift our chest up. Find our lungeroonie. Good job. Okay, so we lengthen through the tailbone, close the rib cage down. We're going to reach our arms up. Take a moment here. The left arm, reach it up a little bit higher. Right arm is going to drip down alongside your right thigh. Good. Very nice. So you can imagine by opening up all the space here, we've got a great opportunity to actually stretch our abs, obliques, and lats on this side. See if you can get a little deeper down into your lunge if possible. Hold for 5. Good. 4. Beautiful. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to take those hands back to the mat. Ready, ready, rock steady. One hand down, other hand down. Transfer your right foot back into your downward facing dog position. Okay, so same exact thing here on the other side. Bearing in mind, one side is usually wobblier than the other, so just be patient with yourself and have a little giggle, you know, if things go off balance. All right, so downward facing dog, we're going to move forward into plank. Yes. All right, straight away, pivot the heels to the right. You're going to end up on your right hand. Yes. Try and stack your left foot on top of your right, and then connect here for me into that right glute, that bottom glute. Just make sure that your torso isn't rotating towards the sky. Yes. Maybe you can lift that left foot off. This is hard. This is not easy. Maybe you can look up to the top left corner of your mat. And then you're going to pivot and push the ground away. Get that left foot up, up, up. Yes. Yes. Well done. Yay. Okay, so from here, smooth transition up into your lunge. Very nice. Get life to make sense here in your lunge. Feet feeling good. Well done. Reach the arms up. Close the rib cage down in relation to the pelvis. Nice. Press back through that right leg. And this time it's right arm that's going to reach up. Left arm that's going to reach down. Very nice. And once you're there, maybe you can get a little deeper into your lunge. Holding for 10, 9, 8. Breathe and reach. So it's a tug of war from the earth to the stars. 3, 2. Reach up a little higher through that right arm. Reach, reach, reach from your right hip to the stars. And then we're going to take the hands back down, framing that front foot. One hand down, other hand down. Let's go straight back into downward facing dog and hold. Holding it here. Once you're in your down dog, guys, again, just play around with where you feel the weight distribution in your hands. You really want to try and connect through the index finger knuckle. Press it into the floor, the heel of the hands, wrap the triceps, the back of the arms down towards the floor and push the floor away. And then bend into those knees. Lengthen through the lower back. Lift the back of the ribs up towards the sky. Now from here, I want you to pivot both heels over to the right. Okay, you'll start to feel a stretch happening over the left shoulder. Nice. You'll feel more weight in your right hand. Breathe into this stretch. So we're stretching your lats. Breathe into the stretch. You're welcome to come onto the fingertips of the left hand. This is really more about the targeted breath work though. One more breath here. This is not easy. And then bring it back through center. Square everything off. Bend the knees if they unbent, if they're straightened. And then you're going to pivot over to your left hand side, keeping those knees nice and bent. Relaxing the back of the neck. And really trying to open up through the right side of your shoulder, right lats, right rib cage. You're welcome to come to the fingertips of the right hand if you like as well. For 3, 2, 1. Coming back through center. Lower your knees down. And we're going to come into seated straight away. Whew, great job. Yeah, so that was pretty wristy. But just so you know, I mean, that was like 43 minutes worth. It felt like it went really quickly for me, so I hope it feels the same for you. We're just going to end off with a little bit of stretching, specifically for the neck, or neck and shoulders. So we're going to take our left hand, it looks like the left hand, and you're going to wrap it behind your back so that it can kind of sneak out behind your right hip, and you're going to interlock all 10 fingers there. You might already feel a stretch over the front of your left shoulder. That's great. If you want to just hang out here, that's cool. Now, you're going to try and draw the tiniest little circles with your left shoulder. Okay, like really small. Little circlets. Exactly. Maybe 2 more in this direction. And then just reverse your little circle. And as you do these, guys, this is your time to start to slow down the breathing and chill. Last circle in this direction. And then you want to think about squeezing that left shoulder blade down. Okay? Relax the right shoulder, relax your jaw. Inhale, and then super gently, no sudden movements, super gently let the right ear melt down towards the right shoulder. Relax your jaw, relax your cheeks. Almost as if you'd like just been to the dentist and your bottom lip was a bit heavy. Not that I'd wish that on anyone. Alright, then you're going to keep this side bend of your head. You're welcome to stay here if it's enough for you though. But if you want a teensy-weensy little bit of something different, you can let your chin drip down towards your towards your right collarbone. Take a few breaths here, making any adjustments that you feel like you might want to make. Just feeling into the stretch. Last breath. And then slowly come out. Slowly unwrap. Shaky, shaky. Other side. Great job. Okay, other side. We just take the right hand into the little crease of the left hip. Interlock all 10 fingers. Sit up nice and tall. And then we're going to draw, I guess, 4 to 6 circles, any direction. Good. Going for 3 and 2 and 1, and reverse the direction of the circle, going for 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Then we want to squeeze the shoulder down to get maximum length through that right side of our neck. Relax the left, relax your cheeks and your jaw, and then it's a slow movement of left ear towards left shoulder. Now if you're feeling like the best stretch here, then you're so welcome to just hang out here. But it can be fun to explore these stretches in the neck area very gently, keeping the left ear towards the left shoulder. You're going to allow your chin to drip down towards your left collarbone. Just make sure that you're not scrunching the left shoulder up towards your ear. Keep the right shoulder squeezing down. If you felt the previous position was better suited to you, then you're welcome to go back. One more breath here. Very nice. Slowly bring your head back to neutral. Take your hands away from your thigh crease. Just shake out the shoulders. Last position, lengthen up through the crown of your head, and then we're literally just going to melt over our hips. I'm going to move myself back so you can see me a bit better. And we're literally just letting the elbows relax towards the ground. Tuck your chin to your chest and let the back of your neck open. So really just lengthening out the spine. You might feel a stretch in your glutes. Hanging out here for 3, 2, 1, and then walk yourself back up. And my friends, you are 100% done. So well done today. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it.